Hello and jolly good morning and welcome to your own YouTube channel, The Side Show. And we are going to talk about Julian Assange, one of the most controversial person in the world. That person who has failed to get a positive global headlines around the world. But there are still few people like me who are going to talk some positive parts about him. And there are many global and you can say like mainstream media who have hidden all of the thing from their own audiences. What people exactly think about Julian Assange and who Julian Assange really is. True, life is not easy, people have to struggle. But now, in this era of modernity and social media, journalists seems to be struggling a lot to publicize the best news, and reality even sometimes they may have to serve in jail for exposing some of the bogus politicians, businessmen, army officials, and dark and brazen programs of government. Today we have got a story and a full case of Mr. Assange, who is he number one and why is he in jail and what will happen next. Many more, so keep on with us in this video. Don't skip it even for a second if you don't want to miss out the best and spicy things. So first we would like to talk about who Julian Assange really is. So before we would start this conversation, I would like to tell you something very important, which is not to subscribe my channel. Absolutely, either you would say like this is the person who say all the time to subscribe his channel and challenge. It's okay, it's up to you. If you like this content very informative, then I would definitely request you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. But my main concern is to not get a lot of subscriber here. That was not an ultimate goal. My ultimate goal to start this YouTube channel is to help people to improve their knowledge in many fields. So first we would have to start who Julian Assange is. So I would like to shorten the story in few lines. Julian Assange is an Australian editor, publisher and activist who founded WikiLeaks in 2006. While you were reading the news and while you were reading the headlines, you might have got this line WikiLeaks. You might have heard this company name WikiLeaks. Many people may have confused like what WikiLeaks exactly all about. So this company has been founded by Julian Assange, who is neither American nor British. That person is an Australian. He gained international attention in 2010 when WikiLeaks published a series of leaks from Chelsea Manning, including US military logs, diplomatic, and a lot of brazen acts and footage of US airbase in Baghdad. In recent years, he sought asylum in Ecuadorian embassy in London to avoid extradition to Sweden on sexual assault allegation and potential extradition to the United States. So the first of all, like Julian Assange is the kind of person, as I've already told you, he's the person like who exposed the American government, who exposed the American army, then how they have tortured those people who put into American border, who put into America by crossing the Mexican border illegally. That's what Julian Assange has done. So in his whole, you can say, ruling, in his whole court ruling, you would find that he is not been guilty for what he has done so far, because he is saying that I am the one who got those documents from somebody else, because that particular person was not able to publish this report or publish those documents on media. That's what he exactly, and especially Julian Assange says. So the main conflict is not about what Julian Assange did. His main conflict is he going to get a pardon, or is he going to get scot-free very easily from the ruling? Is he going to get scot-free very easily from the court ruling? There are many administrative predicaments. That's what exactly happened. He got scot-free very easily, and now I think it's been flight to his own country, Australia, where he got an expensive welcome by people, and people were really waiting for him to just go scot-free from, you can say, that prison. My understanding about this conflict, what he said, because there were only few people who could say what happened out there. So Julian Assange said very clearly that I was the one who was handed over those documents by somebody to publish it on WikiLeaks, and that's why I had to publish all of the black and brazen acts of the governments of United States of America, how they were torturing people who tried to flee to the US by crossing the you can say Mexican borders, what they did exactly with them. So that these are the documents somehow. But it is also the fact the way he published all of the information, somehow that informations have put many people's life in danger. For example, there are many intelligent people, and those people who are connected with some intelligence force agency, those people were working secretly in Britain, and those were in secret mission of Afghanistan, because they really wanted to expose Taliban, and maybe they were trying to assassinate somebody who were hiding in London or somewhere. So there are many intelligent people who are connected with RAW and many more, you can say secret agents, FBI, and many more, you can say secret agency by MI6 itself. So those people were being exposed by Julian Assange this act, and those people who were exposed by Julian Assange this act, people started running behind them. He know the consequences. That's why he has been found guilty for it, that he should not have published those kind of stuff online in the way that he handed over, and in the way he published all of this thing online. He clearly said about it, because those people who are working secretly on a mission, all of those people's life are being in danger just because of his publishment, just because of what he did, like with those secret documents he got and received from an unbeknown and pestilential person. Now we have to focus what kind of charges exactly have been made on him. So the charges that currently he is facing: sexual assault allegation in Sweden, which he denied, gone. In 2010, Assange was released in UK based on accusation of sexual assault in Sweden. The charges including unlawful correction, sexual molestation and rape. Assange denied this allegation, claiming they were part of float and discredit him and extradite him to the US. Espionage offense in the US. The US Department of Justice charged Assange with conspiracy to commit computer intrusion related to his involvement with whistleblower Chelsea Manning and WikiLeaks. In May 2019, the department added 17 more charges under the US Espionage Act, bringing the total to 18. Recently, Assange agreed to a plea deal, pleading guilty to an espionage act charge. As part of the deal, he was released too. I'm not going to say that I have met him in person, but I love some of the quotes. Julian Assange said once, "If wars can be started with lies, then they can end with the truth." This is my favorite quote, first of all. Something related to this subject, George Orwell also said, the person who has written the book 1984, the future of a society drifts from the truth. The more it will hate those that spark it. Ron Paul also said, very important line, "Truth is treason in an empire of lie." This is what happened when you try to expose somebody. This is what happened when you try to raise your voice against somebody who has been doing something wrong with some particular organization or even with a few people. That's what exactly happens when you try to speak of the facts, you speak of the truth. This is the true journalism. And what I personally believe, like, journalists must be free to do what they want to do, what they want to publish, until and unless they are not harming an individual or secret agent who has been trying to expose somebody, in some fields, or in a particular you can say a topic or a subject. So if there are few MI agents or FBI agents have been appointed to work on or work upon or something, and if these people are trying to expose, or maybe they are in secret mission, they are undergrounded completely, and these people are not supposed to be exposed by anybody. And that's what Julian Assange did. Even the information came out and these people were being made public, and people started walking behind them. Their family were in threat, even some of them were killed as well. So this is the biggest conflict, but in this process there's some dark security and some of the dark secrets of the US governments have come forward. That's what exactly happened here so far. Full details of Julian Assange US authorities that led to his release were not made public clearly, but you can say but the charges which he was expected to be sentenced to time served, means he was expected to be sentenced for rest of his life, in life sentencing we are talking about, in penitentiary, from the 1917 Espionage Act for conspiring to unlawfully obtain and disseminate classified information related to the national defense and United States. That's what 1917 Espionage Act says. Although the WikiLeaks founder was expected to walk free from the US District Court in Saipan after his week's hearing, the Espionage Act will still hang over the heads of journalists reporting on national security issue, not just in the US. Assange himself is an Australian, not a US citizen. So US prosecutors argued that Assange was not a proper journalist, but a hacker and an activist with his own agenda, who endangered the lives of US sources and contacts. So the Espionage Act could be applied without harming press freedom. But press and civil liberties advocates took the view that it was irrelevant how Assange was defined what he was accused of. Obtaining and dismantling classified document, disseminating the classified document and information is what national security journalists do for a living. It is nothing wrong has been done by Mr. you can say Assange, what he did. That's what he said. And even I had this information from social media when I was following some of the news, what people were saying. I think Donald Trump had a conversation with an advocate, and with the prosecutor, what Donald Trump exactly said, I'm thinking to pardon in person. He clearly said that I'm thinking to pardon in person. Just why? Because he has been accused for doing nothing. And that's what I think journalists are supposed to do, to expose people, to expose war criminals, to expose the atrocity of a particular government, to expose something that has been done very badly by a certain government. That's what a journalist need to be done. That's what journalists need to do. And I think that's what, like Mr. Assange did. That's what I think. And US prosecutors under Biden choose, however, to pursue the Trump charges and vowed to extradite Assange from the UK. They had the option of making a plea deal based on other charges, such as getting Assange to plead guilty to the, you can say like misdemeanor of mishandling classified documents. That's what happened. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not only Mr. Assange who has been accused of, keeping the classified documents of the US officials and even the US country. Joe Biden himself has been accused of hiding the classified documents. Donald Trump has been accused of hiding the classified document in his home Mar-a-Lago. That's what exactly happened. Then why these people haven't been charged yet? Why all of the above, you can say atrocity, vandalism, all of the things have to be by Julian Assange? Is that something that we have to pay when we try to speak of the facts? Is it something that we need to pay for when we try to expose something? Then what do we need, and why do we need an independent journalism? Why do we need an independent journalist who is supposed to expose the facts, who is supposed to split out the facts in front of the audience? What is the truth? What is the false? That has been done by Julian Assange. That he has done exactly. Even though I'm saying I'm not an expert, by the way, but it has straightened along. This debate has straightened along. This podcast has straightened along. Video has been straightened along so far. But I'm very glad that you have listened to this podcast very patiently. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share with your friends and loved ones. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I'm very glad that you are here and I've got a wonderful audience. Thank you very much. Looking forward to upload next video, which will be on the deadly cross in India. You might have heard 212 people have died. So just keep waiting for my next video and you will be shocked after seeing that video. So do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a good day. Take care.